Cameron Diaz says, "You're just a bunch of objects, ladies." I'm Highland Hollywood, and this is the Daily Buzz on CELEBUZZ.com.
All right, let's do this.
Eyes up here, fellas. That was, of course, Cameron Diaz in that famous car wash scene in Bad Teacher. Cameron opened up to the Sunday Times this week, stating that sexy shoots, such as the one she did recently for Esquire, are empowering. Joining me to discuss this is Dr. Carol Lieberman, media psychiatrist and author of Bad Girls. Dr. Carol, how are you today?
Yes, I am.
All right, so let's talk about this, because this, some of her quotes getting a lot of play today. She said, quote, "I think every woman does want to be objectified." Can you explain that to me?
Yes, well, I hope she doesn't really mean objectified. Objectified means degraded to the status of a mere object, and particularly a sexual object. And no woman really wants that, because what it means is you're interchangeable with any other sexual object parts of any other woman, for example. You're owned, possessed by a man, and so on. I would like to think, and she may well mean that, but I'd like to think that what she means is that women like to be admired, certainly, for their sexuality, for their appearance.
Doctor, let me go on and read some of this quote. She says, "There's a little part of you at all times that hopes to be somewhat objectified, and I think it's healthy."
Yes, it is true that women would like to be admired, that would like to be thought of as sexy. I mean, of course, in my book, Bad Girls, Why Men Love Them and How Good Girls Can Learn Their Secrets, I mean, I do talk about things that women can do, not to make themselves objects or objectified, but to attract male attention and keep male attention and so on. And in fact, she's in my book as a commitment phobe. She's had a string of relationships. She's 40 years old. You have to wonder whether really what she's saying for herself is that it's very important to her to still be considered very attractive now, even though she hasn't had a long-term relationship.
Listen, I kind of feel like it's a man's duty to make sure that his woman feels sexy, all right? That's kind of like our responsibility on this planet.
Well, I'm glad you think that, but it's also that's great, but it's also the woman's responsibility to take care of herself and make herself look sexy, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
Definitely sounds like it should be a combination of the two. I want to read you some more quotes from Cameron Diaz. She said, quote, "I know what I feel comfortable doing, and I know my sexuality." So it sounds like she's gotten to a point in her life where she's comfortable who she is, and she wants to be admired, and even if it's kind of on like an object level, she's okay with that. So is that healthy?
Well, it's not as healthy as if she were in a loving relationship where she could be admired for a lot more than how beautiful she is or her body. I don't think, in an ideal world, a woman would like to be or should be admired, not just for how she looks, but for what's inside as well, and for how lots of other qualities that she has. And so it's not really a great role model for Carmen to be saying that women should just want to be objectified. I mean, what that means is that men could just change one woman for the other if, let's say, they have the same bust size, for example.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it right there with you. Thanks, Doctor. I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
I want to go to your tweets now, because we asked you guys what you thought about Cameron's comments on Twitter and on Facebook. Remember, you can always jump in on the conversation just by using the hashtag #TheDailyBuzz. Let's read some of these comments right now and bring it up on the screen. @Pretal wrote, "Why would women want that, and what does that say about women's roles in our society? To say it's empowering is quite stupid, honestly." So she is not down for this whatsoever. All right, let's go to another tweet from @_Aria Jenkins. She writes, "I don't think so. I don't personally ever think that." So again, what do you guys think? Use the hashtag #TheDailyBuzz. And for the biggest stories breaking right now, head on over to CELEBUZZ.com.